Well, hello to you. How are you? Can you believe that we're in March already? It was that fast, wasn't it? How was your February? I would love to know, besides really quick. And it was relatively warm, don't you think? That is really something. Well, welcome to your March. It is March 4th. I'm happy to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have so many things to tell you about, but here's to sunshine and warmer weather. And remember, March 10th, daylight savings time. We might lose an hour of sleep, but hey, the nights are longer, right? That's my favorite. I love it when it's light at night. But I've got so many housekeeping things that I want to tell you about. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to tell you our educational department has a Molly of Denali WGTE movie night. It's our third one. These are so successful and they are so much fun. If you have little ones that love PBS Kids, please bring them. It's a free event. It's on March 15th, and it's from 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. It's a Friday night, and it's Molly of Denali. So you're going to join WGTE, and we're going to watch an episode of the PBS Kids show Molly of Denali on a really big screen in our studio. You'll have fun activities. There's all kinds of fun treats for the kids to eat, and they get these really great big takeaways that they can take home, giveaway bag. It is so much fun. More people are coming all the time, and it's a free event. We just need you to sign up. Just Molly of Denali WGTE movie night. It's on March 15th, and it starts at 6 o'clock. You can start coming in at 5:45 p.m., and we would love to see you. It's a lot of fun, so I hope you'll join us for that. Now, I also wanted to mention, I know you've seen it a lot on our website and on our Facebook, but we have this podcast called Voices Around Us, and we have new podcasts. So I just kind of wanted to introduce them to you. There's a podcast called Women Got Game. It's hosted by Sophia Miller. I've listened to the first one. It's really good. It's a compelling podcast series that explores this remarkable journey of women in sports, and it's right here within Northwest Ohio and beyond. So that podcast is called Women Got Game by Sophia Miller. Now, we also have a podcast called Soul of the Glass City. This is hosted by Monique Ward. Now, this podcast is centered on the pulse of what makes Toledo and Northwest Ohio great. It's people, you and me. So I hope you'll join us for that one. And then check out Lake Effect. This is hosted by James Proffitt. Now, here we have a journey through all things Lake Erie. And I know a lot of us are very concerned about our lake. We're going to visit scientists, anglers, charter captains, farmers, tourism officials, boat restorers, historians, and just a host of others who have this affinity for our lake. And finally, my last bit of news that I have for your housekeeping save the date is Thursday, March 7th, right here at WGTE. We have the first episode of a new masterpiece series called Nally. It's a 3-part series, and it's loosely based on the true story of soap opera star Noel Gordon. Now, doors open at 6:30 p.m. We'll begin the first episode for you to watch at 7 p.m. in our big studio. And we'll have light refreshments, door prizes, station tours will be offered at the end of the evening. You can register for your free ticket right there on our Facebook. And it just gives us an indication on how many people are coming. We have a lot of people signed up, and we can't wait to see you. We have plenty of room for you. So please sign up right now. And there is one more thing. You know, March 21st just happens to be the third Thursday of the month, and you can always find me at the Way Public Library at 2 o'clock for our Real Opinions. So on the 21st, we're going to be watching Nova, the Ultimate Space Telescope. We're kind of, into that good science with the telescope because the eclipse is coming right up in April. So it's a prime time to kind of watch that, get some science in. We watch the show, we have a brief discussion, and I give away, a door prize or two. It's a really fun hour, but we don't keep you that long. So I hope you can join us at the Way Library on the 21st at 2 o'clock. And there you have it. That's a lot of notes that we got going on, but we got a lot of stuff happening here at WGTE, and I want you to participate and be a part of it because it's all free. So let's get on to the March schedule and see what you want to watch, shall we? Let's go. So we're in the middle of our new membership campaign for March. We're right smack in the middle, so we still have some new shows that I would really love to tell you about. So tonight at 9:30, we have a new show. His name is Marcus King. He's just a young little country star, and we're going to buckle up for country fried, psychedelic, honky-tonk, and rock and roll soul music. It's a concert with Marcus King and his band. Maybe you've never heard of him, but oh my God, his dynamic live show. He shoots from the hip and he plays straight from the heart. Why don't you take a look at this and see for yourself?
I walk through fields
What'd I tell you? Isn't that something? I think he's an up and coming. I think you need to pay attention to him. So I hope you'll check him out tonight at 9:30. So Tuesday, tomorrow night, which is actually the 5th of March already, at 8 p.m., we have Gospel Part 1. Let's take up and go north to Chicago, where Southern migrants Thomas A. Dorsey, Mahalia Jackson, and Sister Rosetta Tharpe find blues and jazz with testimonies of God's goodness to create a genre enduring for generations. It's a little repeat of gospel with Dr. Gates. It's on tomorrow night at 8 p.m., so I hope that you enjoy that. Wednesday, the 6th at 8 p.m., we are repeating. It was on last month. So many people loved it. I had so many great calls about it. But it's Nature, Patrick and the Whale. For years, Patrick Dykstra has traveled to the globe following and diving with whales, learning all about them. But in Dominica, Patrick had a life-changing experience, a close encounter with a sperm whale that he names Dolores. It's a beautiful story, and it's worth watching again if you did watch it, but if you missed it, you have a chance to watch it. This Wednesday, Nature at 8 o'clock, it's Patrick and the Whale. So I hope you really enjoy that. So again, Wednesday at 9:30, continuing, we have this brand new show. It's called Living Wild, Plantspiration with Hilton Carter is his name. How do you do with houseplants? As you can see, don't even have to tell you how I do with them. Not good at all. But we're going to discover the art of creating this stunning indoor greenery with the author's help, with tips and tricks about creating all these great greenery plants right inside your home. So I want you to meet him right now.
Styling your home with plants brings life to your home and happiness to your life. I'll give you the essential care tips to create your own lush, stylish space you can be proud of. I'm Hilton Carter, and this is Living Wild.
I still think when it's said and done, you will probably still do better than me. But he looks a lot of fun, doesn't he? I think it's going to be a really great show, so I hope you enjoy that. Thursday, March 7th at 9 p.m., we have live coverage of the President's State of the Union Address for 2024, which will be followed immediately by the Republican response. That will be a full 2 hours from 9 to 11 p.m., and that's Thursday, March 7th. So with that, our membership drive ends on Tuesday, the 12th. So new PBS programming begins on Wednesday, the 13th. So the rest of your Wednesdays for March will look like Nature at 8 o'clock. Then you'll have Nova at 9 o'clock. And then you'll have another episode of Nova at 10. So you're going to have like Nature, Nova, Nova. So that's how that's going to wrap up for March. So we immediately then go ahead and we move on to your final Thursdays in March. And beginning the 14th is Toledo Stories. And at 8 p.m., we're going to see Hearts of Fire. That is a great, great one. It's kind of centered on Women's History Month, and it really focuses on the nuns in this area. The Storied Life of Millie Benson is on 8 o'clock that next Thursday. And then the final Thursday, the 28th, we're going to play ball. It's the Toledo Mud Hens. It's our Toledo Stories of the Toledo Mud Hens because the 29th is opening day. Can you believe it? It's going to be great. So enjoy watching the history of the Toledo Mud Hens on that final Thursday in March. So, we finished our mystery series at 9 o'clock before we went into our fundraising time. So you have a new detective repeat to watch Thursdays at 9 o'clock, and it's Unforgotten 5. Such a great series with, Cassie's gone, and all of us are trying to deal with this loss. So we meet DCI Jessica James, Jessie James as they call her, on her first day on her job, which is completely surrounded by an unforeseen and devastating event involving her family life, namely her husband. But the first case that she has to deal with looks like the murder dating back to the 1930s, but could the body have been disposed in more recent of times? The 6-part series begins Thursday, March 14th at 9 o'clock, and it is so worth watching again. I have to watch those again to pick up the clues that I missed along the way. The characters in this one are fabulous and fantastic. It's you can see why he could have done it, or he could have done it, or they could have done it. But it's a great one to watch again, so I hope that you will. So, on the 14th is Thursday at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I usually do contemporary music in that 10 o'clock time spot, and I'm mixing it up because we've been doing Austin City Limits, and I just for spring, I want to mix it up, and I've got 2 new Joe Bonamassa shows for you to watch. So on the 14th at 10 p.m., it's a brand new one. It's Joe Bonamassa and Orchestra live at the Hollywood Bowl. Now, Joe has made his highly anticipated live debut at the iconic Hollywood Bowl. It's accompanied by a stellar ensemble of 40 orchestra members. Now, just take a look at this.
Joe Bonamassa and Orchestra, live at the Hollywood Bowl. This concert features Joe's debut at the legendary Hollywood Bowl with 40 talented LA Orchestra members. 24-hour blues. Joe Bonamassa and Orchestra, live at the Hollywood Bowl.
See what I mean? If you don't know Joe Bonamassa, I think you should get acquainted with him. He's amazing. But wait, there's more, because Thursday, the 21st, I have another new Joe Bonamassa show. It's Guitar Man, and that's Thursday the 21st at 10 p.m. Now, this show is going to showcase on Bonamassa's astounding talent from his childhood as a wonderkind, and discovered and mentored by blues legend, hello, B.B. King. It's going to be a great show on Thursday the 21st as well. So get to know his guitar style, and then get to know the man on Thursday the 21st. I told you I was really going to mix it up, and I really, boom, I did, didn't I? But anyway, Fridays, we're going to move on, and we have some great performances for you that I think you should check out. Now, on Friday the 15th at 9 p.m., I have great performances at the Met, and we do these quarterly. And this is Dead Man Walking. This is a 3-hour performance. It's American composer Jake Hedges' masterpiece, which is a haunting new production based by Avon Van Hove. It's based on Sister Helen Prejea's memoir about a fight for the soul of a condemned murderer. Now, if you remember, about 10 or 15 years ago, there was a movie with Susan Sarandon that was called Dead Man Walking. This is based on that same exact true story. So I hope that you enjoy that. It is a 3-hour time commitment, and it will be on your passport, too. So you could always check it out there if you can only watch part of it, or need to watch it at a different time when you have 3 hours. So on the 22nd at 9 p.m., I have a new show. This is actually 4 hours, but check this out. It's so interesting. It's Menus Plaisars Les Trogros. So it's a story about the Trogros family and their 3 restaurants. They're located in 3 neighboring locations in central France. What could go wrong, right? It sounds like it's going to be so interesting, but let's take a look and see what you think.
Apéritif pour 4 et pour 6.
I think that looks interesting. I don't know where I have 4 hours to dedicate my time to it, but I think I'm going to make it a point too. I don't know. Tell me what you think. I would love to know what you think in the comments. These are some different shows, but it's kind of cool to venture out and do some different stuff. So on March 29th, Friday, we finish up our Fridays in March with a new American Masters called Moynihan. Who? Who am I talking about? Daniel Patrick Moynihan. He was a classic American poet, politician. He alone infused public policy with language, literature, and lyricism that no American public figure in the latter half of the 20th century could match. So I just found out this morning that it has gone to a 2-hour show. It was scheduled for 90 minutes, but now it is actually 2 hours. So it should be great on the 29th at 9 p.m. So Saturdays, beginning on March 16th at 8 p.m., I have mixed it up with some very fun concerts I'm excited to tell you about. On the 16th at 8 p.m., I threw in a straight no chaser concert. They're so much fun. They're just so much fun. I just love them. I love all the harmonization and the little dances that they do and stuff like that. So the 16th at 8 p.m. is a straight no chaser concert. I'm going to move on to March 23rd. I actually have another Joe Bonamassa show, but it's a repeat. And I actually did air this last year. It's Tales of Time. And this is one I did last year. It was one of his newest ones. It's actually the one he did during COVID. And it's a live performance of his studio album Time Clocks that he filmed at Red Rocks without an audience. But the band got together and they just did it live, like the audience was there. So it's another one to throw in our little month of music that we have going on in March. And that's on the 23rd, and that will be at 8 o'clock. On the 30th, the last Saturday of the month, I put in Carole King, Home Again. This is live in Central Park. It's her homecoming concert in 1973. It kind of captured her at the critical commercial peak. Her album Tapestry had just hit the airwaves, and it was just a big, huge success. And it also includes a behind-the-scenes look at her legendary career. So tell me real quick in the comments, your favorite Carole King song. Mine, there can be two, too. She's got so many because everything she sings is pretty well golden, right? But mine is, I got to go with I Feel the Earth Move. Because doesn't that, it's empowering. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. Doesn't that make you feel good no matter what's going on? So Carole King on the 30th at 8 o'clock is your concert. Tell me your favorite songs in the comments. I want to know. So, but before we get to our new Sunday night lineup that I'm excited to tell you about, how did you do with season 5 of Miss Scarlet? Wasn't that, season 4, wasn't that just the best? Did you like the way they ended it with her finally writing to William? I'm so hoping for a season 5. You can tell it's right on the top of my mind, right? I haven't read anything yet about a season 5, which makes me a little concerned, but waiting, right? I know there's scripts that are ready for a season 5. I just need them to, in England, to, secure the funding. So, All Creatures, Great and Small, season 4 did not disappoint. Not 1 minute, not one episode, right? I thought the characters just grew brilliantly. I was a little sad about Miss Hall, but I'm kind of glad. I'm so glad she stayed, right? And did you see the news that we have a season 5 coming of All Creatures Great and Small and a season 6 also? I mean, why keep the suspense right here? We're going to do season 5 and season 6. So 2025, January, we'll have season 5, and 2026, January, we'll have season 6. So, and I'll be doing the repeats of season 1 through 4 in the meantime, just to keep us all caught up, in the story. So that was exciting news. And just really quickly, in the comments, what did you think of Funny Woman? That was a fun little 6-part, kind of different in the 60s. I love the music and I love the imagery in there. It was a great story about Barbara Parker. I love Gemma Emerson. I just love her. I think she's just great. And ITV did commission a season 2. So we may see her sometime next year again. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. It's a little different, but I liked it. I liked it because it was different, I think, too. So, okay. So we have a new lineup after our main fundraiser, and you've been waiting for this, and I know you're excited, but beginning on the 17th at 8 o'clock Sunday, it's called the Midwife, season 13. I was so excited I tried to say it really fast all together. But Nonada's House is going to kick off a new pupil midwife training. Dr. Turner supervises the delivery of a baby whose mother has cerebral palsy. And then the Raise the Roof campaign for better pay and conditions creates a divide of opinion among all of our nurses. So that should be rather interesting. So, Call the Midwife on the 17th is at 8 o'clock, season 13. And as you well know, we have season 14 and 15 and 16 that are still going to be coming up. So that's very exciting. So 9 o'clock. We have a new series on Masterpiece. It is Nolly on Masterpiece. This is going to be 3 episodes of our Reign and Fall of soap opera star Noel Gordon. She was one of the most famous British faces in soap opera TV in the 60s and the 70s. And they fired her out of nowhere, surprisingly, right at the top of her career. So, wow. Her surprise firing just hit the airwaves like no tomorrow. And in the height of her career, it was front page news absolutely everywhere. So Helena Bonham Carter plays our heroine. It's going to be so exciting. And like I said, it's only 3 episodes, so it's going to wrap up pretty quickly. But that is going to be really great. I think that's going to be a really fun masterpiece, and it's called Nally, and it starts the 17th at 9 o'clock. 10 p.m., I have a new 6-part series starting on Masterpiece from PBS. It's called Alice and Jack. So this is kind of a story when Alice and Jack first meet. They're bound by a connection so powerful, it just seems like nothing could ever break it. But will their path lead them to a place of happiness and togetherness and joyous and rainbows and unicorns and all that kind of stuff? Or will their own emotional complexities get in the way? It's a long, strange, and surprisingly funny love story. Why don't we take a peek?
On Masterpiece.
Your life is good. All this began as soon as Alice left the picture.
Jack?
I haven't heard from you for 3 years.
You've got your heel on life's throat. Enjoy it.
I do want her to be happy.
Happy with you!
Alice and Jack on Masterpiece.
too. Like I told you, it's going to be strange and funny. That should be interesting. That's going to be 6 episodes. So that is our very, very full month of March. It's very heavy on Masterpiece and very heavy on music, that's for sure. What do you think you'll be watching? I would love to know what looks interesting to you in the comments. Now, the big month of March brings us so many things. So Sunday, March 10th, that'll bring us Ramadan. So, and then Happy Spring on March 19th, as we get into spring finally, a lot of us will say, oh, thank goodness, even though don't worry, we might get some snow. We always do. So we always get that last big snow. And then Happy Easter to you on March 31st this year. And that's kind of a wrap. I will see you for our WGTE Primetime on Monday, April 1st, which happens to be April Fool's Day. So, but we really will be on right here at 3 o'clock, and we will have the correct April schedule for you, I promise. So I'm so glad you were joining me here today. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you on Monday, April 1st. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Take care. Enjoy your month of March, and we'll see you then.